He poses a threat just as great as Stephen Curry, and together they make up the Golden State Warriors Splash Brothers. But due to his Achilles tendon injury, Klay Thompson has not been fully optimal on the court since 2019. Although the 5-time All-Star shooting guard still has to deal with the woes and struggles of recovery, he is nonetheless still considered one of the most important offensive weapons of the Warriors lineup. As his explosive return is imminent, let's review 10 impressive things you didn't know about Klay Thompson. Number 10. Klay's multicultural background is astounding. Be honest, when you've watched the deadly shooter perform on the court, you've tried to figure out the riddle. He looks Caucasian and Latino with some African features. And no matter if you were able to solve the riddle or not, clearly Klay has a very interesting and multicultural background. And even without knowing fully, you'd be willing to bet on it. Well, you would have won that bet. Here's the truth. His father Michael has roots in the Bahamas, while Klay's mother Julie is European. Klay still has plenty of Afro-Caribbean and European relatives that he is quite fond of. Number 9. Klay had a very athletic upbringing. He was born in a sports family. When you follow his lineage, you'll quickly see where he gets his athleticism and incredible skill set. Bottom line, he comes from a great sporting gene pool. Klay's father, Michael Thompson, was a formidable NBA opponent and played for the Los Angeles Lakers, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the San Antonio Spurs. As a matter of fact, Michael Thompson was actually the first overall draft pick in the NBA back in 1978. His mother Julie was quite the athlete and she played volleyball on a professional level. As for his siblings, Michael Thompson, he was also a star player at Pepperdine University and currently plays for the Santa Cruz Warriors, part of the NBA's developmental league. Then there's Klay's younger brother Tracy. He chose baseball as his main sport and claim to fame. He was drafted by the Chicago White Sox and now plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Number 8. Kevin Love is Klay's childhood buddy. Since we're already on the subject of Klay's background, let's just go back to when Klay was growing up. Back then, he played Little League Baseball with another future NBA star, Kevin Love. Kevin and Klay were actually childhood buddies. Their friendship remained intact throughout college and their professional careers. Even when they needed to face off against each other in the NBA Finals, their friendship never wavered. As a matter of fact, their alliance stood the test of time, especially in 2014, when there were rumors that Kevin Love was going to be traded by his then team, the Minnesota Timberwolves, for Klay Thompson, with many speculating that Love would become a prized asset for the Warriors. Even though the rumor stayed just that, another rumor, it was clearly the right decision, as Klay would eventually be an offensive sniper shooter for the Warriors. Now, after all of this time, Klay and Kevin maintain a deep bond. Klay was quick to admit that when they played growing up, Kevin was always the best player. Today, both of them continue to have plenty of respect and admiration for each other. Number 7. Klay was a Lakers fan growing up. Klay was born and raised in the Golden State of California. Klay was naturally a big LA Lakers fan from boy to man, but it wasn't only due to his geography that gave him his enthusiasm for the Lakers. Remember, his father also played for the Lakers. In an interview, he actually recalled in a jokingly manner that he grew up not even giving the Golden State Warriors attention. He also noted that he had forgotten about the Warriors since the franchise was not exactly a good team in the day when he was growing up. He always had his sights set on being a Lakers player just like his father. Number 6. Klay is dating SpiderMan's girl. Klay Thompson, the lucky dog, has been in a serious relationship with Laura Harrier since 2018. Harrier became internationally recognized for her role as Gwen Stacy, one of Peter Parker's love interests in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She began modeling when she was 17 and then pursued acting through soap operas and commercials. Now her fans and film lovers in general can see her on Netflix as she stars in the miniseries Hollywood. Number 5. Klay is Mr. Nice Guy. Klay Thompson has significant similarities to Jackie Chan. They both have a love for the martial arts. Both have mastered their highly physical fields, yet they're both known as Mr. Nice Guy. Yes, it's true that while basketball isn't as intense as full contact martial arts is, basketball is a physically and mentally challenging sport. Mental games on the court play a huge role in intimidation tactics. like chapters taken from Sun Tzu's acclaimed book, The Art of War. Sometimes you can win the battle before you even begin the battle. So Klay must contend with players getting into other players' faces, loudmouths, taunters, and all-out rude boys who intentionally play dirty. To master the game, you can't be a pushover. Klay's style is more akin to a deadly assassin. He's focused and rarely talks trash, and hardly ever gets rattled. Similarly to Jackie Chan, Klay is soft-spoken, humble, laid back, and actually charming how he doesn't have to show much emotion. But you'd better believe he has the confidence to sink in the most important shots from beyond the arc. Number 4. Klay was in Space Jam 2. Klay is a good-looking man. That is undeniable no matter which side of your sword your blade swings. So aside from being a superstar in the NBA, he would be foolish not to capitalize further with his good looks. So he's been engaged in the local commercial circuits, shooting ads for partner brands for regional spots. He even shot ads in support of San Jose Mercury News because he himself reads the newspaper in the locker room. As for his TV ad gigs, his most popular commercial is the one with Klay playing chess against Michael K. Williams, based on the legendary 7th Seal chess match. It was for a Kaiser Permanente commercial which clearly saw Klay playing chess with the actor from The Wire. And if you have a thirst for more sensational content from Klay, be sure to watch the new Space Jam movie starring LeBron James. Number 3. Klay got the most random interview. In 2017, street reporters, New York City's Fox 5, were out checking the buzz. The reporters were particularly concerned about the dangers of the scaffolds. As they were asking random pedestrians about their opinion on the subject matter, they randomly found Klay Thompson. He was kind, considerate, and didn't hesitate to express his own views. Klay replied that he likes to check to see how old pipes are before committing to walking under the scaffold and might even avoid it if it looks old. While the interview was being conducted, the reporter was completely oblivious to the fact that she was talking to an NBA star. After the interview, the cameraman was the only one to realize that they were actually talking to an NBA star. Number 2. Klay Thompson is meme-worthy. During an autograph signing event in 2017, a Golden State fan named Ronnie Reyes brought a Warriors-branded toaster to the event to have it signed by as many players as he could. When Klay Thompson was presented with the toaster, his surprise and facial expression was classic. After signing the toaster and expressing his sentiments about weird things to autograph, the Golden State Warriors would go on a massive 27-win, 1-loss run, leading many people on Reddit to say that we should praise the toaster for the impeccable winning streak. This spawned numerous memes depicting Klay holding onto the toaster like a baby with a diaper, and other funny images that sort of went viral as well. Number 1. He only dribbled the ball 11 times to 60 points. In the eyes of the majority of his fans, this is Klay Thompson's greatest NBA feat. During the 2016-2017 season, Klay exploded on a December game to lead his Golden State Warriors to a win over the Indiana Pacers. In that game, Thompson claimed 60 points, which included a 40-point first half. He shot 21 for 33 from the field, including 8 for 14 from the three-point line and 10 for 11 from the foul line, all in just 29 minutes of play. And in those 29 minutes of gameplay, he only took 11 dribbles. In the 52 times he held possession of the ball, Klay held it for a total of only 90 seconds for the whole game, with an average of 1.73 seconds per touch. This means that Klay managed to explode with 60 points in such a low range of ball touches and in such a short span of time. He became the first player in the shot clock era of NBA history to score 60 points in fewer than 30 minutes played. Now that qualifies him for superstar status, if not a future Hall of Famer.